My last Fuji rumor proved to be completely true long before Fuji announced the GFX, the new medium format one. And I'll make another accurate prediction. I mentioned to you a few weeks ago why Fuji's not getting into full-frame cameras. It's a war that they would never win, and they'd spend a bazillion dollars doing it, and it's extremely stupid. They're going to do an end run around every medium format. I already told you that they will destroy everybody overnight. They will. They will destroy everybody overnight for medium format digital. But what they're also going to do is the same thing that we used to do when I worked at Lexmark Tech Support for Lexmark, is that in inkjets, the printers were free, and sometimes they actually took a loss on them when there were rebates going on. You made all your money off the ink. Smart move. You know, it's like, wow, that printer is really cheap. Yeah, the ink is kind of expensive. They're not going to charge that much for the lenses, but what Fuji's going to do is they're going to kamikaze the hellfire out of not only Sony, they're going to dominate immediately, overnight, all digital medium format cameras. Phase 1, Hasselblad, they will. And as I told you a few days ago, I got one of the most incredible sources, a truly reliable source, that basically flat out told me, he didn't use so many words, that the camera, his exact words actually were several, and we talked for a long time, that people are going to have to do a lot of soul searching before they even think of buying like a Nikon D5-like camera, meaning in the $6,000 range versus the Fuji. So the implication is the camera is going to be a lot cheaper, and this is what I expected. This source is extremely reliable, that the camera will be insanely cheap. In doing this, Fuji is not going to make that much money on the cameras, but what they'll do is they will dominate everybody's ass overnight. They will stomp all over Sony. They will stomp on the pro end of FX cameras that are in the $4,000 or $5,000 range, $5,000, $6,000. I mean, which are you going to choose? A medium format digital for your portraiture, or a $5,000-ish Canon or Nikon? And that is the absolute implication that he made, and this is exactly what I thought Fuji would be doing. It's a very brilliant move. So not only, as I said, were they going to dominate everybody else's butt, they're just going to own them. They're also going to kamikaze Sony and Nikon and Canon's top-end line Pro FX DSLRs. Now, what sort of profit margin they're going to make off the lenses, I have no idea. So Fuji's been making huge lenses and medium format lenses, including full frame, not full frame, but large format lenses now for a very long time. Fuji has been prepared to make gigantic lenses for a long time. They've been making them, and it's not going to be any stretch for them. This is also good news for the X-T2, or the X series platform. Now this is the Fujifilm GFX, which they've never said what the GFX stands for, but I'm going to say that it stands for Gigantic Effing X Series Camera, which is extremely appropriate. So that's Fuji's secret plan. I will hold fast to that. I'm not a person that gambles, but I have secondary confirmation from another source that I don't place at the same level of reliability that has told me the same thing, but still significant. So Fuji's plan is to not only dominate medium format, which, why compete with full frame? I mean, people keep saying, why did Fuji make it? It's extremely logical, very intelligent, very wise move. Why even think of doing that battle? Just do an end run around everybody. Forget screw full frame. Okay? Make an end run around and make a camera so cheap that it will literally sit like an 800-pound gorilla on the head of a midget when it comes to Nikon and Sony and Canon's top-end full-frame cameras. So it's a very, very brilliant move. So Fuji is going to kamikaze the competition with an insanely cheap camera. What their profit margin on the lenses are, I have no idea. Obviously they're going to make a profit off of the camera, But what they're going to do is they are going to literally sacrifice, called a loss leader, by the way. You know, it's kind of like you get free appetizers, but you got to pay for the meal. The strategy is brilliant. It's exactly what I would be doing if I were in, you know, the head of Fujifilm. This is exactly what I would be doing. I told people why that Fuji would be doing this. I said, Fuji's not going to get into this full-frame battle with all these knuckleheads at Nikon and Canon and Sony. I mean, screw that. I'll make a really awesome, really cheap end run around, make a really cheap yet awesome medium format camera, and, you know... that places Fuji in an awesome, unique position of power. You know, it's the same reason people say, why is Fuji not going to get into full frame? And it's the same reason there used to be a show, television show from burglars, and they would show you that the front door has like 100 locks on it, and it's made out of steel, and it's just impenetrable. They want to rob the house, yet the window right beside it is just like single pane glass. You just bust right through it. You know, that's the same thing. I mean, people say, why isn't Fuji going to go through the front door? Why the hell would they? You have to think like a burglar. I'm not calling Fuji a burglar, but why the hell would somebody go through a, you know, an impenetrable front door? It's like, I'm going to make an end run around and crawl through the single pane glass, which, you know, like a 2-year-old child could poke through. And that's what they're doing. That's Fuji's plot, and they're going to kamikaze the competition, you know, bad. Interesting. This is all playing out exactly as I predicted, too, so watch it unfold. Wah. Thanks. Bye.